if you want to test your relationship, there's three things you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Number one is go on a long vacation together. Number two is build an IKEA set together. And number three is play It Takes Two together. Because it really tests your patience and it really tests the capabilities of how you interact with one another, because communication is it's very, very important.
I think it's coordination. It's how much you understand each other.
Yep.
And how much you, I don't like to use this word, but I think it's fitting, how much you tolerate.
Yeah, fine, fair
I think
enough.
tolerance plays a role.
And it also shows you, the distinction of like what it looks like with someone who grew up playing video games,
Right.
and someone who grew up not playing video games at all. Hello.
Tacha, how?
And apa khabar semua?
This week itself, we will be talking about the 3 games that we really enjoyed. It is July now as of this recording.
Yeah.
So we're going to pick 3 games that we really enjoyed so far. And maybe next week, we're going to talk about games that we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
So stick around while we break down what we've been playing. Stay tuned. So, what have you been playing, Afiq?
I'm going to pass it to Dickson first, man.
Oh no, man.
That's so rude.
Okay, so it's been a funny year for me
Okay.
because I'm at this point where I can't tell if I played a game last year or this year.
Oh,
Do you ever get that?
Yeah. Sometimes yes.
I want to say, so I've played some really good games. And I know for a fact there's one game that I played and not the game that I'm currently playing. One game that I played this year that I thought that I'm putting as my top 3.
So far.
So far. It has to be Helldivers. Helldivers
Okay,
2.
yeah.
That we played that this year,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
Yeah, Helldivers 2 is one of my top 3 games for reasons that might not be orthodox. So for one, it's a good game. Second of all, it was the game that kind of brought the Discord back together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because my notes here for Helldivers 2, what I've written down is that it made me feel like we're in the pandemic again, where everyone was online playing the same game
Exactly.
together.
It's like there's something that you can message our group chat
Yeah.
and be like, hey, what time are you guys coming on?
Yeah.
Because we haven't done that in so long. So
Yeah.
it's really nice that a game actually brought that back. The last time I actually felt that with like the whole bunch of people that we usually game with was Elden Ring.
Oh,
That was truly the last
Right.
time that I felt that. So that was really fun. So Helldivers is top 3. This next answer is gonna be a cop out because it's not a new game, right? And it's a
Okay.
really old game, but it's a game that I've been religiously playing every day. It's the only thing I touch right now, which is Destiny 2.
Okay.
That's my top 3 games this year. Oh, and my other game that's in my top 3, it has to be Remnant 2. Remnant
Oh
2.
yeah, you played that too.
Yeah, Remnant 2 was a really, really great game for me.
Okay.
And it was a great change of what I'm used to playing, because I'm not used to playing stuff like Remnant. I never used to touch a lot of looter shooters. I was an FPS guy, like COD, Apex, Warzone. Those are the kind of stuff that I would go for. But as I progressed as a dad and as we got busier in life, I couldn't find the energy or the time to really commit to just one game of Warzone. So I was like, you know what,
Right.
forget that. I'm going to play games at my own pace. So I tried out Remnant 2, which created my love for looter shooters. And then that went to Destiny, and now Destiny is all I know, man.
Right. I have 3 games too. Right. But Dickson, do you want to go like 1-1-1-1?
Sure, I don't mind.
All right. Why don't you start with your third first?
My third, I would say, is probably Escape Academy, which isn't new either. Shout out to my friend Kelvin, because he brought us back to the game, which was free on Epic. It's a
Okay.
co-op escape room.
Right.
Oh.
It looks pretty dope.
It is
It's called Escape Academy.
Escape Academy.
It has like this cell shaded, very colorful vibe to it.
I like cell shaded stuff.
It looks very colorful. So when you talk about
Escape
escape room, right? So I'm gonna assume that you are in a map. Okay, what I'm seeing now is like you are in a academy looking place. It looks very colorful. All the colors are popping. Very cell shaded, and you have
nice.
to escape from it.
Yes, but a lot of the puzzles are built around cooperation. Meaning you need one person to look at one thing as
You
a
can't
reference.
solo it.
You can't solo. It's a game meant to be played by two people.
Okay.
It's not a new game by any means, but like we played this recently, and I've been recommending to a few friends, and they've all tended to enjoy it, lah.
Right. What's that other game that forces you to co-op?
It Takes Two.
Life?
It Takes Two.
Oh,
It
right,
Takes
yeah,
Two.
sure.
Is it kind of the same? But I know
No.
It Takes Two is not an escape room type thing. It's more like a puzzle thing.
Escape Room is more of like a co-op puzzle game. Think of games like Portal
Principle.
2.
Portal.
Telos, for example. Yeah.
heard that
It
Portal
Takes
in so
Two
long.
either makes or breaks your friendship or relationship.
No. That's
Especially-
chained together.
No,
I agree.
Chained together is
Chained
more.
together might be more fatal to
Yeah.
friendships.
Yeah,
It Takes
chain-
Two isn't that intense.
I would say it. Why I mentioned that is because It Takes Two is designed for you to play with your significant others,
Right.
and take it from someone who have experience playing It
Yeah, I
Takes
was
Two
gonna bring
with
that up.
your-
You
with
played
your
it with your
significant-
girlfriend. Yeah.
It tests your patience. It's
Right.
like how people say like if you want to test your relationship, there's three things you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Number one is go on a long vacation
Yeah.
together. Number two is build an IKEA set together, right? And number three is play It Takes Two together, right? Because it really tests your patience and it really tests the capabilities of how you interact with one another. Because communication
Yeah.
it's very very important.
I
right?
think it's coordination. It's how much you understand each other.
Yep.
And how much you I don't like to use this word, but I think it's fitting how much you tolerate.
Yeah, fine, fair
I think
enough.
tolerance plays a role.
And it also shows you the distinction of like how what it looks like with someone who grew up playing video games
Right.
and someone who grew up not playing video games at all.
Yes,
Because if I were to put a
yes.
controller in your hands, let's just say like a PlayStation or like an Xbox controller on both your hands, right?
Yeah.
If I ask you to close your eyes
Yeah.
and I'll be like, where's triangle top?
Yeah.
Square, circle,
Yeah.
X, right? L1, R1, right? You know how to move the
Yeah.
joysticks and everything,
Yeah.
right? But imagine communicating that with someone who have never touched
Yeah.
a controller before.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, just think of a diamond. I don't. Is that called a diamond? Would that be called a
Dimension?
diamond? No. As in like okay, so the buttons are in a shape, right? It's in a.
Yeah, it's like a diamond shape, right?
It's like a
plus.
It's like a diamond.
It's like a I mean for
The XY graph. The XY graph.
Plus works too.
Right.
So like top button.
Yeah.
Bottom
yeah,
button.
you have your
left,
D-pad,
right, but it just
you
takes
have
too
your
much.
D-pad, yeah, right.
Rather than say like triangle, you have to go like top button.
Yeah. It's like triangle and then
Which one's triangle?
okay, right.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a game that tests your patience. I would say that would also be one of my honorable mentions of games that I played this year. Which
It Takes Two?
It Takes Two. It took us about 6 months and we're still not done with the game yet because
Oh shit.
uh
Okay, now let me ask you a question.
it
Serious
takes
question.
two. It Takes Two takes time.
Let me ask you a question right now. Might put you on the spot. You can feel
Yeah.
free not to answer.
Yeah.
If you played it with someone like me or Jeff, how long would it take you to finish the game?
Probably like a week. like if we were to sit down,
didn't hesitate to answer
one day, I would say it would take us about 6 hours max. 6 hours max to like really sit down and
Does Vern watch these episodes?
no, but this is probably going to be a highlight. So let's make it a highlight, right? But I played with my girlfriend because I kind of want her to get into video games, but she's either too busy or she can't be bothered, or
Yeah.
I have like games that I really want to play,
Yeah.
like Horizon Zero Dawn, right? So tell me more about Escape Academy. Who is this game made for, and is it worth it?
Who's its target audience?
I think the target audience is at anyone above teens should be able to play it already because it's a logic puzzle.
Yeah.
So sometimes it just takes talking to your friend or just experimenting a little between you guys to try and figure out
Right,
what the
okay.
puzzle needs.
Yeah.
I can't especially go deep into the puzzles because it's a pretty linear story. Once you've played it once, it's very
Okay,
yeah. You
okay.
can't play it a second time because you already know what's
already
going
So
on.
there's no
So it's not
replayability.
dynamic.
No.
All right. Is there any
Unless you
additional?
really just like to solve the same
right.
puzzle.
There
all
is
the
an
time.
option for so-called PvP. allowing you to like compete, but it's not really figuring out new puzzles as much as how fast you are at solving compared to
Right.
your
It's,
friend.
it's more of a speed thing rather than a figuring things out thing.
The second time, it's not really figuring it out anymore. It's about how fast you can
Okay, that makes
figure out
sense.
How long has the game been out?
It's been out a long time. I think a lot of people would have claimed it on Epic Games already because it was free.
You're talking about like more than 5 years, less than 5
I
years?
don't know. I'm not sure when it came out.
So do they have like updates where they
No.
put new puzzles?
They've released I think 2 expansion packs, but then I think that's it.
Oh.
That's pretty interesting. So Escape Academy is currently priced at 39 ringgit. The lowest price record it has ever been was 19 ringgit 50 cents.
Well, Dickson just debunked that because the lowest price for it is free.
I'm talking on Steam.
Steam.
I'm talking on Steam
Right.
purely.
Lowest
The game
free and
is
Epic.
the game is developed by Coin Crew Games, who has done
Why does
nothing
that sound
else.
familiar?
That has done nothing else but Escape Academy
And its expansion packs.
and its expansion packs, right? Which is Escape from the Past and Escape from Anti-Escape Island. What a creative name! So yeah, fantastic.
Wow.
It actually looks like a game that me and my friends would enjoy, or like
I think you would. I think you guys
Yeah.
would. But
is it a game that actually tests friendships?
I wouldn't say it really tests friendships. It's just you will get a few good laughs out of each other, lah.
Okay,
I think,
okay.
yeah.
My game is Hades 2.
Yeah,
Right?
well,
It's
you
in
should
early access.
get a Hades tattoo on your forehead.
I
or
should,
something.
right? And I actually would. Hades 2 was released on early access this year in May. According to the website, it's May 6th this year. I played all of 30 hours of it, finished the early access. There is nothing else I can do until the full game comes out. But all in all, like I said a couple of years ago, Hades 1 itself was my game of the year.
Yeah.
And I have God knows how many hours on my Switch.
Your entire personality is based off of Hades.
Yeah, great soundtrack, great gameplay. I'm a huge fan of Greek mythology,
Yeah.
right? And the reimagining of like brand new characters and how it's also a dungeon crawler style game just keeps you going and going, because it's one of those rare games that actually encourages you to die and die and die again, and each time you die you come back stronger,
Yeah.
right? And one thing I love about the whole system in Hades 1 and Hades 2 is that the characters in game, right, like the NPCs in game, remember things that you did previously and they will mock you for it, right? For example, in Hades 1, like I said, when you die again, you get new currencies to buy new upgrades, right? And then when you fight the first boss, she will be like, oh, you only won the last time because of all these upgrades you got. And I was like, fuck, okay lah. I take out all the thing and fight you again.
That's because I played Hades before. I played the first one. That's one of my favorite things about Hades, because most games that you play, when you die and you redo the thing, it's the same thing. It's not
everything
dynamic.
resets.
Yeah,
Everything resets.
literally everything resets, and there's nothing that's different until you get past the point where you died, and things become new again. But with Hades, even though it's practically the same thing that you do, you go into the same room, but everything around you changes.
Yep.
So it's like every time you die, you get transported to an alternate universe where everybody knew your past life, but you don't.
Yeah.
So that's a really interesting part of Hades that I feel makes it such a great experience, not just a game,
Okay.
but as an experience, it's a very powerful thing, because you're always bombarded by this fresh content, even though it's not fresh. I don't know how to explain it, but that's the best way I can explain it. I mean, you understand it intrinsically because you enjoy it so much.
Hades 2, developed by Supergiant Games, it's currently going for 72 ringgit on Steam. Again, it's early access. 30 hours gets you kind of through.
Wait, hold on, 72 hours for the early access?
72 ringgit.
72 ringgit for the early access?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? So it's about 30 hours worth of gameplay. Because one thing I really enjoy about Hades 2 this time around is like, instead of going through one dungeon, there's actually 2 dungeons that you can fight through. One is you go back to hell and fight Kronos, which is the big bad, god of time, or you can go up to Olympus to help the gods. So it gives you different options. So I'm assuming when the full game releases, there are more than 30 hours of gameplay, because if the full game releases anytime soon, I'll probably just spend like easily hundreds of hours, because the mobs and the monsters are so freaking difficult this time around. So yeah,
Buffed up, huh?
yeah, that's my third game in my top 3. Yeah.
Did you have a third game? You only said one, right?
No, he mentioned Academy.
Yeah, he mentioned
Yeah.
Academy.
What's your
the
next one?
third game, and then there's the second one. Yeah,
What's
yeah,
your
that's
next
right.
one?
Next one would probably be the gacha that I've been playing religiously.
Oh, let's go. Let's talk about gachas, guys.
So my currently favorite gacha out of the 5 that I'm playing daily
You play
is
5 gacha
I've
games
played
daily?
5 gachas daily.
That's nice, man.
It's not.
My question,
It's
my
really
question is
not.
how.
Somebody getting rich, and it ain't you.
The second monitor certainly.
Right. Okay. Before you go into your point, right, of like your favorite gacha, what are the 5 gachas you're playing?
Presently, Wuthering Waves, Reverse 1999, Limbus Company. Recently started Zenless Zone Zero, and of course Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail is slightly my second biggest game this year. Out of all the gachas I've played so far, you hit the ground running right away. You can start expanding the limited resources, the so-called energy that you need to wait for the time to reset. It streamlines you into that process the fastest out of what I've played so far.
Are you saying the rest kind of force you into early grinding? That you don't
It's
get
a lot
to-
of like tutorials or like things being time gated, story locked, or like AR locked.
Okay.
So a lot of things are like you have to log in X amount of days before you can unlock this. Otherwise, you need to hit this level before you can start doing this, etc., etc. I think that one's the fastest. The biggest issue I have with it: no skip buttons.
No skin buttons.
Skip buttons.
No skip. Oh, so you have to listen to the whole freaking dialogue. I hate
Everything.
that shit, man. I can play a new game, and I want to know the story, but I just skip the dialogue, man. Sometimes it's way too dragged.
Sometimes there's just too much exposition.
Yeah, I don't like. Sometimes you can stop at the first line. I already get it. I get it, dude. Like, I need to go to this new map because somebody's dying. I get it. You don't have to justify it for me, man.
I was tuned out for a bit on the conversation because when you mentioned Reverse 1999, like 1999, right?
Yep.
I just want to bring up that one of the voice actresses that we have worked with for a previous project, her name is Sam Yao.
Okay, yeah. I remember.
She is the voice of Centurion
Yeah.
in Reverse 99. She's also the trailer VO for the game itself.
Oh.
So Sam, if
cool.
you're watching, hi.
Oh, big ups,
Yeah,
man.
Sam Yao, like meow. That's how she introduces herself. Yes. Yeah.
That's cute.
Okay. What games you guys bought during the Steam summer
I
sale?
didn't buy any games during the Steam Summer Sale.
What about you, Dickson?
You already know the major game that I bought during the Steam Summer Sale is in fact Back 4 Blood.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Horizon Dawn. That was one
Yeah, I
of the
see
few
it.
games that I've actually been playing.
I see it.
And I'm glad for someone who don't have a PlayStation, playing it on the PC, worth it. For 52 ringgit.
Is it?
Worth it.
What about it is
Worth it.
what about it is worth it?
It's been so long since I actually enjoyed like an open world game, like a proper AAA open world game. The last one I played was like God of War, I want to say, right? Like the
Good game as well.
remake God of
The
War.
first one, not
Yeah, the first
Ragnarok.
one. Yeah, the first
Yeah.
one, right? And it was amazing, right? You know, it's a bit of a me time. You know? Beautiful world, beautiful lore, beautiful story, beautiful gameplay. For $52, it's a steal.
It's a steal,
It's a
man.
steal. It's a
so
steal.
is Horizon Zero Dawn like truly open world? Like
It is truly
God,
open world.
God of War is it sort of open world, but it's also
God
linear.
of War is more of a linear holding your hand
Yeah.
through part 1, part 2, part 3,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, it's more like Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, so you can do exploration.
You can do exploration, yeah.
Ah,
So it's a fantastic
very
game.
nice,
right?
very nice. I play a gacha game as well.
It's one of the most popular gacha games that a lot of people don't know it's a gacha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also made by the Western world. It's called FIFA. I'll explain it to you because I've explained it on the episode multiple times. Within FIFA, do you play FIFA?
Okay,
but
but you know the concept of FIFA.
Yeah,
I kick ball in goals.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. That's the true objective of the game. You want to kick the ball into the goal, right? Just like how most gacha games
Gacha
with an
games.
open world system, the true objective is to become powerful and kill. But there are
I'm picturing
multiple.
a very different game right now. Okay, but okay.
But so within FIFA there is a game mode called I'm thinking Pro Clubs because that's all I've been playing. But it's called, what is it called again? Ultimate Team. It's called Ultimate Team. And what Ultimate Team is, it's pretty much it's a deck builder. It's a deck builder where the cards that you get are actual players you can use in your team to fight other people. And you buy these booster packs.
Booster packs, yeah.
You
booster
buy
packs.
these booster packs.
Think of like Pokemon booster packs, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Is FIFA a gacha or a trading card game?
No. Let him keep going.
no,
Let him keep
no,
going.
no.
Let him keep going.
Let
but
him cook.
Yeah, let him cook.
but it's like you buy a booster pack and then you get like a certain percentage of a high level card or a certain percentage of a lower level card, but everything is based on luck. The more you can spend, the more powerful your team is. You get what I mean? Is that not gacha?
Are you enhancing your characters?
You
Do you just pull and then you
actually-
play, or are you enhancing them? Like your
Okay, let me just explain this clearer for you to my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? When you buy the booster packs, right, you get cards. And each card is actually a real life football player. So you have like those legendary football players like Ronaldo,
Yeah.
Messi.
Yeah.
That's the two names I can think of right
Yeah,
now because
sure.
I don't watch football.
Right? Those are the only two names you
Right.
need to know.
And you get more common cards, I would say, which is the lesser known
Yeah.
players. And then
Yeah.
from all these cards that you have collected, you can build a team, right? And a team is like a goalkeeper, and then you have your defender, and then you have your midfielders, and then you have your strikers. And then you, depending on the cards you have, you can build like a pro team, right?
Yeah.
And then you use that team, and then you play against other players. And this is like a real FIFA game, right? Where you control the players on a field. And that's how it's connected to Gacha itself.
Yeah, and to answer your question, you don't enhance that particular player, but you can get an enhanced version of that player. Are you following me? So you get a common gold. The gold is like the common card. So you could drop like 86 overall gold card. And then you could open a pack and you can get an enhanced version of that same player with a 90 overall, which is not a gold card. And it's like a seasonal special buffed card, whatever it may be. So this whole time we've been talking about it in the sense of like, oh, that's like gacha because it's like luck. So if I push it to you right now, would you call that gacha or would you call that something else?
I would say that it has gacha elements.
Right. But
No, I would say that
So
it has gacha
lah.
elements. Yes.
but it also has elements of a trading card game.
Trading card game, but also mainly if you are in fact playing FIFA, it's FIFA with like gacha elements as compared to
It's basically that. It's
Yeah.
basically that, right? It's FIFA with gacha elements.
Yeah.
Because a lot of games out there actually does the same thing as well. But I find it funny that when we pointed it out, or like Jeff pointed it out, it's gacha, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
did an episode where we were talking about Nikkei.
Yeah.
Me and Jeff were talking about Nikkei, and then you were talking about FIFA, and then
Yeah.
and then we kind of made the quick comparison, and
Yeah.
it's like, bro, it's just
Yeah,
gacha.
because it's the same system.
Yeah, it's
right?
just gacha with footballers.
You purchase something that can give you something, but you don't know what it is. It pulls out of a pool,
Yeah.
and then if you get the
Yeah.
one that you want,
and then there's
you're
like random
excited.
percentage as well.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I haven't played in so long though. Takes so much money. It's pay to win.
That's all gacha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So I'm
basically
not
all
touching
right?
gacha.
But surprisingly, Nikkei is very favorable in that sense, where you can get a lot of
That's copium.
currency.
That's copium for any
I would
gacha.
say- I would say
I'll tell
you-
you that Honkai Star Rail is favorable, but like so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Perhaps it is.
We
copium.
we justify our reality a lot.
Yeah, right. You always justify your purchases just
always
to make
justify
yourself
your
feel a lot
reality,
better. Right?
What are you talking about? It's FIFA's fun. I like it.
I got 2 games on my third list because I I can't categorize them 3 and 4 because they're basically the same game in like different different tones. So I have 2 top 3. So 3A is Daka and 3B is Dungeonborne. As you know, I'm a huge fan of like PvEVP looters. But for the longest time, I've been playing a lot of looter shooters. When Daka came out, I forgot who was the one that actually introduced me to the game. I want to say Shen or Jun.
Was it Joe?
Or Joe? I think
I feel like it's Joe.
Yeah, I feel like it's Joe. Yes, it is Joe.
I feel like
Joe.
it's one of those games that Joe will play first and invite everybody else.
Yep, it is Joe. Joe introduced me to this game, and at first I was like, okay, not really my thing. It's like sword and sorcery. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. You have your fighter, your priest class, and then your ranger, etc. And then it was free, right? So I was like, okay, try only lah. I got hooked, man. I was like, okay, this is something that I can get into, right? And then we were playing that for a while. And then when Dungeonborne came out for like alpha test or like beta test itself, just FYI, as of this recording, it is the 19th of July, 2024. The new access is out again. The new beta test is out again for a week.
For Dungeonborne?
Yeah, for Dungeonborne, right? So Dungeonborne is a dark fantasy video game developed by Mithril Interactive. The developers describe the game as a combination of player versus environment and player versus player with extraction and battle royale features. Never expected I would enjoy a game like this so much, but immediately just 1 week I have like 10 hours plus clocked in, and all I could think about was like, oh man, I'm excited for my next run, because I was playing, I play a range class in every game.
That I know.
Right.
Every time I pick up a bow, I'm reminded of you.
Yeah, right. I'm the bow class or like the sniper class.
The Robin Hood.
Yeah, right. I'm the range class basically in a
You're the
party.
What is that?
Dungeonborne.
What is that called? What is that really famous folklore archer?
Robin Hood?
No, I just said Robin Hood.
Arash?
No.
Me?
No. You're not that legendary.
Tristan?
All right.
But
anyways,
Artemis Fowl? No.
Artemis Fowl is a goddess. No, Artemis Fowl is a book.
Artemis is the goddess of the hunt. She's my favorite goddess.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, it's something else. Never mind.
Right. Anyways, Dragonborn has no ranger class at all.
I'm gonna look for it.
The funny part about that is because all their promotional pictures have a ranger class, and I was like, where the fuck is my ranger class, right? But after playing Dungeonborne, I feel like people will hate us for this, just FYI, because it's like Coke and Pepsi all over again. I deleted Daka after I found Dungeonborne, sorry. The gameplay is a lot better. The sword fight actually feels like there's a punch to it, right? The block has a punch to it.
The magic looks better too.
Graphics in general, tenfold better than whatever Daka could have been. Right, I enjoyed Dragonborne mainly because it has enhanced graphic, enhanced gameplay. It has more than one. What's the word for it? Game modes. Yeah, you can go into the looter shooter part of it, or you can go to the PvP part of it.
It's like Destiny.
Right, and then like Tarkov,
everything is like Destiny.
You can play as a scrapper as well. So scrapper in Dungeonborne, you play as this clan called the Mithrils, right? And you go in with like a mid-high tier weapon all kitted out already. And your job is to kill normal players only.
Oh, right? So you're the guy who fucks shit up.
Yeah, right.
For other people.
Because it's a looter extraction, when you play the Mithril, you go in, everything that you extract becomes money or becomes materials for you to craft.
Right.
Right. So you can go in, you can fuck things up as well. So it's a very interesting gameplay, and I would say Dungeonborne is definitely one of my top 3 because I never expected myself to enjoy a Dungeons and Dragons style looter extractor. Yeah, so that's my 3, which is Daka / Dragonborne, but
Dungeonborne.
So
rip off Skyrim.
Sorry, Dungeonborne.
You really want dragons in this game? Are there dragons in the game?
I don't know.
Not yet.
I don't know.
Not yet.
Right.
What's your first, man?
Did you find your archer guy character?
Yeah, it's Artemis.
It's Artemis? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Artemis.
Goddess of the hunt, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Apollo also uses a bow, I think.
She's also an archer, right?
Yeah, she is an archer.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Artemis. That's the one.
my biggest game so far of the year is probably Rabbits and Steel.
Rabbit and Steel.
Rabbits and Steel, yeah. It's a cute 2D boss rush game.
It is
Bullet
cute.
Hell, yeah.
It is cute.
Bullet Hell boss rush. So in terms of people that play MMOs that are used to fighting like those huge bosses with a bunch of mechanics where like you have to dodge certain attacks, you have to take certain attacks, do certain things during this. Yeah. So it takes that formula and it just summarizes it into only that boss fight. You forfeit the rest of the MMO story of grinding mobs, of escort missions, of like picking blueberries, 7 blueberries for that one guy. You forfeit all of that and you go straight for only the boss rushes.
And how do you level up in this game?
You don't. In the technical sense, you have levels. They increase your damage output by 1% per level.
Okay.
But how you scale and get stronger in the game is through roguelike mechanics. I see it. Yeah, there are treasure chests that drops random items that you
pick up and
pick up to
one.
use. Yeah. So the mechanic that it takes from certain famous MMOs is the dice rolling mechanic, where if multiple people choose the same item, everyone rolls the dice and the highest number takes it.
Need or greed system then. Okay.
Or you can communicate, but where's the fun in that?
Right, that's true.
Who
communicates in games anyways?
Is this a multiplayer game?
It's up to 4 players. Up to 4 people can play. Either in terms of everyone can have their own game and run the game separately to have their own collections, etc. Otherwise, you guys can just have one person buy the game and then they can on Steam remote play together, which I've been doing with a few of my friends. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So the other 3 people don't really have to own the game.
That's pretty interesting.
It is. Yeah.
This game is developed by Mino Dev and it is currently priced at 38 ringgit 50 cents.
At 38 ringgit, do you think it's worth buying?
Yeah, that was my follow-up question.
In terms of like being able to play with multiple people, yes. Then the replayability is also there as well.
Yeah, so it's about like 10 ringgit per person.
Yeah,
if you want to split it,
you can just say like one person buys it, we'll just split it 4 ways.
10 ringgit per person.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That is not bad at all.
Okay, so my question for you guys is after we've all had our 3 games out there, right?
Oh, I still have one more, which is Helldivers 2, but then we already covered that.
Wait, so that's one, and that's your one.
Helldivers 2, Hades 2, Dark and Darker / Dungeonborne.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, you might have stuff to say about Helldivers that I haven't said.
I mean, it's the general consensus of what you just mentioned when we started the episode, because Helldivers for me is the best co-op shooter out there. And by co-op, I don't mean just with your friends, because it's a community game where you literally co-op with the rest of the world in a region where you have to cleanse, the robots and also the bugs.
You actually feel like part of a bigger thing.
Yeah.
You were actually deployed.
You really feel like you are you are playing a small part in a larger scale war that you don't see. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But Helldivers 2,
it's
amazing.
Like Earth Day, man.
Yeah. Helldivers 2 was amazing. It's a 4 out of 5 on the scale of epicness for me. Definitely a game.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, definitely a game that everyone should actually try out.
Though.
Yeah. Because
Helldivers.
I also just want to add on, right? Like the community for Helldivers is so welcoming. Where if you go into like a lower level map and you are a first time player, people actually stop and help you out and just guide you through the entire game itself. And you don't see that much, games like COD, bro. People just talk shit, man. Right? So
there is no place for a newbie.
So Helldivers 2 is definitely one of the it's number 1, not because of the gameplay, but also the community and the people behind it.
Okay, so for you it's Helldivers, Dungeonborne / Dark and Darker, and then Hades 2?
Yes.
And then for you, it's Rabbit and Steel. It's Honkai Star Rail and Escape Academy. Cool. And then for me, it's
Destiny
2 Forsaken, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and Destiny 2 The Final Shape.
DLC. It's Destiny and Line. Destiny dan Line.
Line.
Destiny dan Line.
Destiny Plus.
Yeah, Destiny